Welcome back, people. This is the third video for the series I make about how does your mind work, and this particular one is going to be about face blindness. Now, the technical term for the face blindness is called prosopagnosia. Now, I know it is quite a tongue teaser. I've learned it very difficultly, but the technical term is prosopagnosia, and I'm going to refer to it as face blindness for the rest of the video. Now, the person who has face blindness is technically unable to recognize people's faces. And what I mean by this is that if I have face blindness and I saw you and you stole my purse, and if police puts me in the situation and all the different kind of people out there, I won't be able to recognize you. That is the condition that is referred to as face blindness. So how do we get face blindness? Now, it is very rare that you have achieved face blindness after the birth. Okay, it is, you can get face blindness after the birth by some kind of stroke and traumatic head injury and something like that, but it is very rare, and in 99% of the cases it is inherited by the time of your birth. Like, you have this condition from the time of your birth, and if it makes you feel any better, every 1 in the 50 people suffers from this or this disorder, or even some degrees of this disorder. And now I'm gonna drop a bombshell. Okay, there's no particular cure for this. I've searched all over the internet, every video that was available about it, but there's no particular cure for it. And the reason is because it is an abnormality in your nervous system, technically your brain. One of the folds in the brain that is supposed to control all the facial perceptions and the memory storage about it, it is an abnormality in that particular fold. So we do not touch our brain for just changing that, and technically we don't know exactly how that happens, so there is no particular cure for it. Now, how can we make it better? We can have coping mechanisms, and this is 99% of the cases. We can just try to make the patient better with coping mechanisms, like he can focus on the voice of the people, and he can focus on the hairstyle and clothing of the people. Now, most people have this disorder in a very mild degree or very mild extent, but I do know that in very extreme cases it can affect your daily life very severely. So now I do want to put it out there that face blindness is not something that is related with psychology. Now, I mean that it is not a psychological disorder, it is a cognitive disorder which is related to your brain, like your physiological brain. The person who has this disorder in very extreme condition, he will find it difficult even navigating the roads into the map, navigating the directions, and he will find it difficult to remember any kind of landscapes and anything related to the identification and storing the memory. He will find it very difficult. Now, tests are required to determine the condition properly and to know how much your disorder is affecting you. We can help by making people more comfortable in finding them coping mechanisms, such as you can tell the person to focus on the hairstyle rather than the face alone. You can tell the person to focus on the voice of the people, because all of us have different kind of voices. Now, and I know this is quite tricky and difficult as it may seem, but it is not that difficult. Once you get in the coping mechanism, you can find it very easy. I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, if someone is technically blind, or if someone is blind, he will have more accurate hearing than any of us, because if one sense is disabled, it automatically heightens the other one to cope that up or to balance that up. You can find any kind of focus, you can find anything, and you can achieve anything if you focus your brain into something. And if you really want to make it better, it's not difficult and it's not going to be hard on you. You can just find any kind of coping mechanism that works for you. If you can go for the footstep hearing, that's amazing. If you can find it. Now, the game we used to play in our childhood, you can repeat that. It will help improving your focus. You have to have few different kind of objects with you and put them into an order. Now ask a friend or anyone else to replace their order, and you have to identify, or you have to remember the place they were put. And now you have to identify that if this was it and if this was that. Start doing this practice by different objects, and later on you can move to similar pictures and you can even identify. Now if you do like this video, you can just share it with anyone you think that it can help them, and you can just subscribe the channel for more such videos. And you can request any of the topic you want me to cover, because I really love doing it and I learned a lot while doing it. Thank you.